So yeah, I don't know if people know the kind of, I suppose, folklore oranges of oranges. Do you remember I used to not be able to say this word and I've just lapsed back into it?
Folklore oranges. Tell me those citrusy tales, Jen. Tell me.
Hello, Rachel. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. And welcome to everyone who's watching. Hope you're dramming along with us as well.
What are we trying this evening?
The Port Askaig 100%. 100, it's not 100%, is it? It's 100 proof.
I know 100%, that sounds
100%.
spicy.
Tasteless. No, 100 proof. So this is exciting because we've tried their 12-year-old before. So slightly different from this one. And yeah, it's 100 proof, and it's the more traditional Scottish or UK proof rather than the American proof. So they do actually do an American 110 proof, which is 55%. This one is that one's exclusively for the American market. This one is for the UK market, 100 proof, which is 57.1%. The 100 proof, I don't know if it's real or if it's just kind of like folklore roots, but the reason it was proof was that if they put the alcohol on the gunpowder and set it on fire, it still lit if it was the correct percentage. So they called that 100 proof, which translates to like modern percentage as 57.1.
Cool. Didn't know that. It was proof. That's interesting.
This one smells lovely.
Yeah, definitely. So the 12-year-old we tried, or I remember it being like a really, really ashy smell, and for me it's not quite as ashy. This one, it's got like that more like, you know what, I'm going to start calling it Isla funk. It's got that salty, savoury, funky flavour to it.
I get more of a fruit from this one. I get more like, it's like banoffee initially.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not. No,
which
I'm
I
getting
quite often get from an Isla.
I'm getting more like fishy, salty, savoury, like cheesy smells.
So yeah, this is like, it's almost we're almost 100% convinced that it is Caol Ila. So Port Askaig is right next to Caol Ila distillery on the northeast. Oh, cheers, on you go, Slange. And yeah, so it's where most people begin their Isla journey, which I think is really nice. A nice reason for them to name their whiskey after that wee kind of settlement. And they say as well, it's where it's been kind of the gateway to Isla for hundreds of years, which is really cool and really apt. So yeah, they do kind of market some of their drams as being like a gateway into getting into the Isla malts, which is really nice. And they want to kind of balance the kind of soft fruitiness of some of the Isla malts with the robust smokiness, which I think this one definitely does, having only just smelled it.
It's really nice. A lot sweeter on the taste. I've added a wee bit of water to it. Doesn't taste 57 whatever percent it is for me. Neat at all.
I get more of the dry ashiness on the taste and on the finish. That is so mouth-watering though. Whoa.
Really good with cheese, I imagine. I think that'd be really tasty cheese.
Yeah, so the 12 was all the 12 was in American oak and sherry casks. This one's all in American oak.
It's got I did a teeny amount too much water there because I've not got a pipette because I'm in a diet. It's got that like almost kind of soapy flavour sometimes I find Caol Ila does have.
I was just going to say patchouli.
Patchouli, what's that?
Oh, like hippies. Patchouli oil like is, I don't know if you would have been like incense. A lot of incense is patchouli in it. Or I don't know if you would have been around Glasgow at the time of Osiris and Eurasia Crafts.
Oh yes, the goth shop.
Those shops, well, they weren't goth originally.
No, we got there.
I don't know if they still smelled the same by the time they became goth shops. They were
I think
kind of
they
like
still had
hippie,
intense.
colourful rainbow when I was there.
Where are they? Are they transformed by the time I was a teenager? We used to shop in there for like neon hair dyes and like knitted gloves and
Yeah, that came in after. That came in when I was like losing interest in it.
yeah, there was a proper goth. I used to go there, and Sarah used to go there any more so than me. She had a bit more of a gothy aesthetic, but
Ah.
I enjoyed going to look for things.
Oh no, we went when it was all like hippie and all like everything was rainbow coloured and everything was like made of like knitted cotton and yeah,
Wow.
I had a pair of rainbow tie-dyed flared cords.
Wow. That and I think they did still have that stuff when I went, but it was just in terms of the feel of it was much more black, much more gothy kind of.
I think that was when they extended and they had a bigger shop. It was just a wee shop before when we used to go. But anyway, the smell of those shops is patchouli, if it
Yeah,
still
you're
smells
right.
the same. But yeah, I get the smell of patchouli from that. Kind of like incense. Quite a lot of vanilla.
Lots of vanilla.
I get more of the ashiness now as well.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, it's still getting a lot of soapiness. Actually, I'm trying to go past the soap.
it's got
It's
like
nice.
it's quite like delicate underneath. It's got almost like a kind of like a sponge cake, like a really soft sponge cake.
Like quite the floralness to it as well. I think it's quite like quite light flory with light
Slowly.
flory, floral or flurry with that peat.
Mm. Yeah, compared to the 12-year-old, it's it's got much more depth.
Oh, I really like that, but it's really soapy for me right now. Really, really soapy. I
It
like
is.
it.
It's soapy on the taste as well.
Really soapy, especially like see when you add some. I don't know if you've had any water to yours, like probably like
No, I
whoa,
should do that.
whoosh.
Whoosh. A
I know
soapy
if you
whoosh.
can soapy whoosh. You can clean things with that.
Would it be like when you end up just left with the smell of the barley at the end? Your house would smell like barley.
Mm.
You know when you put it on your hand, you go, and it smells like
Yeah,
barley.
yeah.
Once it had all evaporated.
Honking of smoke, be like, Rachel, have you been smoking in this house? And I'm like, no, I've been
No, I just
pouring
cleaned.
tea on the sofa.
Mm. It gets more like lemony and citrus with water.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Really light, really good. As you said, like intro to try some Isla whiskies. This one is light, very
So
light.
juicy as well.
Yep.
So I was looking
But
online to try and find out like what distillery it was, just in case it might not be Caol Ila. And yeah, pretty much everyone reckons it's Caol Ila. I think it is. But there were a couple of people saying that they think it's a smoky Buna. I don't think it's Buna having though. It's got the light fruitiness. Not that Buna doesn't have that, but it's different. It's
I
not the
definitely,
fruitiness.
I definitely don't think that's Buna. That's quite different. Like Buna, I don't think you get from me as much of that kind of sometimes soapiness to it. Buna's
Yeah,
got quite a different taste.
yeah, definitely. I think that's Caol Ila, and I really like that one.
I like it. I don't really like it, but I like it.
Oh, I really, really like it.
But
I think that beats the 12. I think I prefer this to the 12.
oh, I need to go try the tail again.
Oh, smooth.
Mm, oh, I'm not sure. That's a lot lighter. In some ways more interesting, I would say.
More interesting. I think that's maybe why I prefer it.
Yeah, fair.
So thank you for joining us. And yeah, hope you were dramming along. And join us again next time for more drams.
Cheers. Cheers. Flange.
Flange. Thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed our video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Be sure to follow us on social media at The Grail Doon to keep up with our latest news, and check out our website www.thegrail.scot. Slange, and see you next time.
Can you say oranges yet? Origins.
I need to say it in a sentence. Folklore origins, the folklore origins, the folklore origins. I think I've got it back. It's like that 6 month where I forgot my own phone number and couldn't get it back, and then all of a sudden it just magically came back.
heritage.
Mostly carbohydrate for a while in higher biology as well. That was
What?